Hey guys, Living Life in the Light, AP Hill here. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I just was interested in talking about an experience that happened, a couple of experiences that happened in the last 2 nights, and basically I'm couching this as the Aaron Show Season 7 premiere, uh, frickin' 2 night premiere. I'm going to describe one night and then describe the next night. And the part one is entitled "Damned If You Do." Part two is entitled "Damned If You Don't." Anyway, the first experience I had was, let's see, it was Friday night, and I really wanted to go out and have tacos with somebody, but it didn't work out that way. And so I went up to the little dive bar that's up here and ordered a Coke and an ice water and sat and smoked outside and listened to music and stuff like that. And then um, I wasn't liking the vibe there. The people there were a lot younger than me. I would say the median age was probably 32. And so I uh, I was like, this place is dead. So I started to walk out, and then I ran into this girl that I hadn't seen in like a year now, and she and I used to go to junior high together. We've known each other since junior high, and so I ran into her, and I was like, hey, how's it going? And she was like, well, come on in. And so I went in, and I hung out, just having Coke, being sober, the sober one in the group, and she introduced me to her best friend. And the best friend was cute and stuff like that, and we sat down, or I happened to sit down at the table where everybody else gathered, and you know, we're talking, and she, I introduced myself again because I didn't get her name the first time, and I introduced myself again, and then we just kind of chit chatted, small talk, and somehow or another, she was like, "Oh, um, I mentioned that," or my friend uh, from junior high mentioned that I had been raised as a Jehovah's Witness, and that one of the things that I used to do for my friend from junior high was I would draw her cartoons. In fact, I invented an entire uh, cartoon character based uh, on her love of skateboards, and created a comic strip character that I would draw her pictures of. She said she used to have an entire wall covered with them. Um, but she mentioned that one of those times I had drawn her a birthday card, with like a couple of teddy bears or something like that. And I drew her a birthday card. Now, this was when I was still heavily indoctrinated as one of Jehovah's Witnesses in junior high and into high school. And I made a birthday card to celebrate somebody else's birthday. And she was just like, imagine what that took. And I was like, dude, I can't even remember that. But now that I do, I'm like, yeah, I had my doubts along the way. And I think that's absolutely normal. So I mentioned this to her, and she's like, so, and I showed her one of the poems that I had written called Children of Jehovah. And she read it, and she was like, so do you believe in something? And I was like, yes, I believe in higher power. She goes, okay, good. Are you a Christian? I was like, yeah, I consider myself a Christian. She goes, amazing. She's like, and that you would admit that so freely when you're in a bar surrounded by alcohol and drunk people, and it's goth dance night. And I was like, yeah, I mean, why not? And she's like, okay, well, I need to pick your brain because I told her that I was 42, 43 days sober now, and she was like, "Oh, that's amazing." And we just sat and talked, and it turns out she had a boyfriend. Okay, everything about this girl was amazing, you know, and the conversation was in depth. It was meaningful. It was we were clicking on all cylinders. It was definitely a spark. Well, I mean, at least clicking. I don't know about a spark, but there was clicking, and all that was perfect. But she's with somebody, you know. But anyway, I had the way I found that out was that I asked her for her number because I was going to text her one of my poems, and she was like, "I don't give my phone number out. You know, I'm with somebody." And I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." But anyway, later that night, I went home. You know, it was great meeting her. We had a good time, and the conversation just we were really in depth, and she really helped me. You know, just reiterate and reinforce things that I'm already trying to work on in my life. And I went home, and while I was home, I texted my friend that I had run into, the one from junior high, and I was like, because I saw that she had tagged us online on Facebook, us being at that place tonight and hanging out, and she tagged her friend, the girl that I met and talked to. And so I clicked on it and I saw her profile. I didn't send her a friend request. I didn't send her an instant message. I made no attempt to contact her. But I did say to my friend from junior high, I guess she doesn't want me to be her friend on Facebook either. And then when I checked this morning, the tag name that she had in the post was just regular and not bold print. So it's like that girl blocked me. Now, I don't know what that means. And I'm not really that concerned. It doesn't matter to me. You know, I had a good conversation with somebody who was smart and who took the time to want to help me reinforce what I'm trying to do. And that was cool with me. But that's people wonder why I'm always getting blocked and stuff like that. Well, that's sometimes how it happens like that. Okay, it's not always that I've been an asshole. I mean, there's a fair amount of it where I've been an asshole, you know, but not all of it is like that. Anyway, I had a different experience with the person I met last night, and that's going to be part two. So check it out in a little bit.